Am I on the screen?
Yo.
Damn. Osaka. Dude.
22.
Yo, ready?
To your head. Every sport has a loop.
Age, sex.
Be fearful. Okay, we're done. And that's the bottom line.
Hello everyone and welcome back to The Bottom Line. I'm Robbie Callaghan and today I'm joined with Ahmed and Darnell Smith. Today's topic we'll be discussing the altercation that took place between Rajon Rondo and Chris Paul. And guys, many different claims coming from this fight. Rondo claims that Chris Paul came up to him and started pointing his finger in his face, but CP3 claims that Rondo spit in his face. Who's at fault?
I mean, I definitely think it's Brandon Ingram's fault. I mean, if you watch the video, the tape, you see Ingram clearly go up to Harden and push him for no reason. He really had no right to do that.
Ingram was guarding Harden all night, and ultimately Harden had his way with him. Ingram got frustrated, you could tell.
Harden's a deceptive player, draws fouls in every way possible. I think Ingram got frustrated. And it just all came out right there when he pushed Harden.
He definitely acted out of character there. He had no right to do that. He instigated the whole thing.
The league actually cited, though, that Rondo was instigating a physical altercation with CP3, and he also spit on him, throwing multiple punches at Paul. And even though that was after what instigated the fight.
Yeah, I mean, the league says that Rondo instigated the fight, but you have to look at the same time that Ingram's the one who got the most games.
When you look at the video clearly, you know, right after the altercation happened with Brandon Ingram and James Harden, CP3 actually went up to Rondo, and then apparently it looked like Rondo was talking, he was yelling at him or whatever, and I think the spit came out by accident.
Fans and players are already going to assume Rondo's at fault just because of Rondo's dirty player history. I mean, last year in the playoffs, the Pelicans had one playoff series against the Warriors, and in those 4 games they played, twice there was an altercation. One, Curry was going up for a jump shot, and on his way down, if you watched the video, you could clearly see Rondo trying to slip his foot under Curry's ankle. Curry has a history of ankle injuries. Not only that, the game after that, game 2, Rondo and Draymond got in a face-to-face altercation, shouting at each other, and that was very close to turning in what happened between Rondo and CP3. Ingram received 4, Rondo gets 3, Paul gets 2. Did the NBA get this right?
I think they got it right in who received the most and who received the least. Actually, maybe I'd give Paul the equal amount of suspensions as Rondo.
I'll tell you one thing, if I'm Paul, I'm getting 20 games. Hell that. Spitting on someone is the ultimate disrespect.
I just still feel like this. I feel like, you know, Rondo did not do it on purpose. Because I've been in altercations with people where, you know, they talk a lot and spit just naturally flies out their mouth, you know, unintentionally. So for CP3 to react that way, like, he has children. You gotta be an example for your children. How are you gonna act like that?
Once that first punch is thrown, that's when it happens. That's when it hits
and
the
then,
fan.
And then
that's when the bench is
Ingram
clear.
ran in, though.
You know, it was a chippy game all along. James Ennis threw down Josh Hart. Hart was going up for a layup, and Ennis literally strangled him and threw him down to the ground.
Fights like that are very exciting to see, but do you think scuffles like these are good for the NBA?
Well, you gotta look at it in the sense of, is this bad? Is this a bad image for the league, or is it good that most fans complain about the league being soft? They missed the way the players in the 90s played, pushing each other like this. Maybe the league needs a wake-up call because a lot of players play soft. They play, you know, I don't want to say they hold back. I know players go out there and give everything they have, but fights like this for the league are good.
Part of the reason that Luke Walton got fined for his comments on the press conference after the game was because he was saying that fights like these were good for the league.
Rondo called CP3 a bad teammate, a horrible teammate, actually.
He had no right to do that. For what?
I think it all stems from this is according to ESPN's Brian Windhorst. The 2008 USA team, Paul got the point guard spot over Rajon Rondo, and Windhorst said ever since then he's hated it. In 2009, there was an altercation between the Celtics and the Hornets, and Rondo told Paul, I've got a ring and you're never going to win one.
Back in 2010, between Chris Paul and the Lakers, there was a trade that was going to happen during the player lockout. Chris Paul was going to go from the Charlotte Hornets, or at that time the New Orleans Hornets, over to the Lakers. Then NBA Commissioner David Stern vetoed it, said no way, that's going to be an unfair team. Is it just CP3 doesn't belong in LA?
Yeah, it just seems like LA
is he actually a horrible teammate?
I just think it's hate between Rondo and Paul.
I'm just surprised because I've always looked at CP3 as a team leader, you know, leading this team on and off the court. So for him to do something like that, you know, it really just surprised me.
Oh yeah, I said that at the same time when I was watching the game. I was like, it must have took a lot for Chris Paul to do something like that, to like poke his eye out. But
exactly.
What do you guys think? Tweet us your answer at Globesville.com and let us know what your bottom line is. But for now, I'm Robbie Callaghan, this is Ahmed, and that's Darnell Smith, and that was The Bottom Line.